What's up, pretty gang? It's your favorite nail tech, Peaches, back with another video, and today I am going to show you a really easy way to do a really nice design, which is a marble French tip. Now, this technique I kind of just learned on my own. Although it's not a new technique, it's something that I kind of picked up and was like, you know what, this is how I like to do it, instead of spending the time doing it with acrylic. Before we jump into it, make sure you guys check all the links in the description for coupon codes, Amazon storefronts. Also subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you guys. We just hit 5K yesterday. Turn notifications on. Follow me on Instagram, and if you would like extra content, you can go ahead and join to become a member. So here are the colors we're using. We're doing a completely purple look. You might have to pause to kind of see what's going on. I do have coupon codes for these polishes, okay? Now, I don't for the gelish ones, and those are going to be used to do like the little 90s design. However, I won't be showing that in this video just because I decided I really wanted to focus on the marble French tip, because I feel like it's something that people do struggle with, but once you realize like, oh, this could be a lot easier than I thought it was, you know what I'm saying? So number one, like the first thing you need to think about is what colors you want to use, and like the undertones and stuff. These are all pretty cool toned purples. Like I said, the white and the black is going to be for a separate nail, so you won't need that for this marble, but I like to use at least 3 colors of my choice with this technique. It's really nice for monochromatic looks. So like if you want to do all nudes, all purples, all pinks, this is a really easy, quick way. Now, you guys can see the brush I'm using is not the nude brush, it is this blue one. My nude brush completely fell apart, like completely fell apart. And so this is what I have to work with, which I found I don't mind this one. I do have a link in my Amazon storefront to this particular pack of Beetles brushes. Just know you cannot buy them one by one. Okay, so you also need some blooming gel, which I use Beetles as well. So the first thing you want to do is we are going to outline our French tip, okay? Because we are doing this with polish, what you don't want to do is try and create the marble and then like clean it up to make a French tip. I see people doing that. It's way easier to just choose one of these colors and outline your French, okay? You want to take your time with this because you can go back and fix it later, but honestly, who seriously wants to do that? So take your time, get it how you like it. We're doing it on 4 out of the 5 fingers, so that's what I'm going to show you. I personally just do a different color for every finger, and it kind of doesn't make a difference, to be honest with you, but I will show you and talk to you in a minute why I do it that way once we begin the actual marble. But yeah, I just pretty much choose a random color, go ahead, do the French tip. It's okay if it's not like perfectly thin or whatever. Like literally, you just need to pretty much slap on the outline, okay? Excuse me. So basically, if you haven't guessed already with the blooming gel, we are going to be creating our marble with blooming gel. Now, this does not look the same as if you were to do it with acrylic. You guys have seen my acrylic marbles before. It does not look this exact same way, but that's the beauty of polish. I used to not like using polish for marbles at all because I thought, oh, this looks kind of silly, or oh, this looks like polish, but sometimes that's kind of the point. So the more I get into my nail career, certain stuff that I didn't used to like before, I will revisit or retry, because maybe I didn't like it before because I wasn't so good at it, but now I can understand and break down techniques to get a result that I feel that I like. So if you're a person that used to maybe not like polish for certain things, I used to do everything in acrylic. Sometimes you realize, depending on time, or sometimes you just don't feel good, sometimes your hands hurt, and sometimes it's just, it makes sense for the look. Like if you're doing a bunch of nail art all over the place, I personally am not going to do acrylic French tip just because it takes away from the look of the nail art, because sometimes the whole point is for everything to look drawn on. So this is a really good technique for those type of things, those type of overall looks, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, you really just want to focus on getting it on there. Do not paint it in. You can if you want, but honestly, that's just more layers of polish, so I wouldn't recommend that. So if it's, like I said, if it's a thick line, that's okay. I'm going to show you why that kind of doesn't matter. Just make it to the shape and the size and the arch of the smile line that you personally like. That will be based off of the person's finger and the look. If the nails are shorter, I would highly recommend doing a more lengthened, longer smile line, like kind of how I did. I didn't do it too short, and I also didn't do it too skinny. I kept it more of just like a standard just standard, like kind of ovalish, just because, I don't know, French on short can be tricky. It's not the same as on long. And this length would be considered just a standard medium length in my chair personally. So yeah, just basically do this how you please, okay? Anyway, so you see how I'm doing, you see how I'm using this brush. I thought I wasn't gonna like it at all. Now, if you have the Beetles brush and you happen to like that nude or gold one the most, this is the closest size in comparison, okay? And I will make sure I go ahead and add that Beetles blooming gel to my Amazon storefront. If you guys have not looked at my storefront, go ahead and check it out. I do have a specific Valentine's Day list with a couple of items right now at the moment, okay? So here we go. I cure those for, don't have to be the whole time. These cure for 2 minutes, I cured for 20 seconds. Now here is where we get into the marble. Take this blooming gel and we are gonna apply it from the French line down. Try your best not to get it outside of the line. And if you happen to, you can go ahead and take your cleanup brush and you can get rid of that blooming gel. Now, blooming gel is thick, so you be careful not to put too much, otherwise the colors will not marble and everything is just going to drip and droop everywhere. So you see I kind of wipe the sides a little bit. If you try and do this while the rest of the polish is wet, like while you draw your smile line, it is going to distort your French. So it is important to dry that first, okay? So this is why I said it does not matter what's going on with the thickness of the smile line, just get it on there. I take my colors, right, color by color, and I kind of wipe my brush in between so I can keep the purity of the colors, and I just go ahead all over and make kind of like S shapes, swirls, whatever. You don't want to add too much polish, because then what will happen is you will end up with one mass of like bled together, like one color. But you just want to make sure that you lay in a couple of stripes of color and the blooming gel will do the rest. Now, as for the smile line, right, because it looks like, okay, clearly it looks like I use lavender to draw the smile line. Your brush will mix with certain colors and stuff as you do this, and what will happen is that you will be able to go around the smile line. That's what I do, trace around it, and because your brush has different colors on it, it will distort the true color of the smile line. All right, I do this 2 nails at a time because that allows the right amount of time for everything to be able to mix but not muddle. If you try and do too many nails at once, then everything is going to blow out way too much, and honestly it's not going to give you the look that you want. Trust me, I have been there, done that. If you've used blooming gel, you probably have too. It's not fun. You'd have to wipe it off and you'd still start over anyways, right? So basically, as I'm doing this one over here, the other one is still bleeding together and mixing, but you can see it's not going to go outside the lines of the French as long as you keep that blooming gel smile line down, okay? So if it does go outside the line a little bit, that's cool. It's not going to bleed or anything, but like you can just clean it up really easy. And this is why I say this method is super easy. Instead of trying to create the marble and then using your cleanup brush to make a smile line, it wastes product, and honestly it takes so much longer to do. So here you can see I'm going around the smile line with different colors, and you basically just want to look like these colors, like it came this way, you know? So I'm gonna be getting rid of that distinct smile line, because you can see how this one is still kind of the more like, I don't know, magenta-ish purple color. So I'm just going around and I am finding ways to kind of disguise this. If you feel like a color is missing, go ahead and add that in. Because it is a marble with 3 colors, you do want to make sure all 3 colors are represented. It doesn't have to be equally, but you do want to make sure they're there. So you can see on that side, I use this darker purple, which is actually called navy blue, but it's definitely not navy blue. It's definitely a dark purple. And yeah, just monitor where the colors are spreading and how they are spreading, and you will be fine. Honestly, the only thing that I will say is just be careful that you don't mix too much. Like once you do that initial mixing of the colors, after that, kind of leave it alone and just adjust as you go. And then secondly, with the smile line, you just want to make sure that once you're kind of editing around, so you can see like now it doesn't look like I just did that with straight up lavender, right? Once you're kind of like finessing it and fooling with it, you want to make sure you're still keeping the same, like it doesn't look like a bunch of brush strokes around. You want to make sure it's still like a smooth smile line. So whatever you do, you know, go around, and make sure everything is all smooth and nice. But you know, other than that, that's pretty much it, right? This is pretty much it. And once you feel like you have the look for you and your client, you are going to swipe the sides just a little bit. You don't want to take away from the sides because you want the polish there on the sides, but you'll go ahead and cure. Just make sure everything's not runny or anything like that, because once again, blooming gel is pretty thick. Some are thicker than others, but I find I really like the consistency of this Beetles blooming gel. And you're gonna go ahead and cure. These colors cure for 2 minutes in UV and I think like 30 to 60 seconds in LED. And then we're gonna top coat. And typically I like to reshape because there's so much polish. I will take my e-file, go under the line, under the C curve, and just file the front a little bit, and that's it. You're good to go. So I hope this video helped you guys just with a quick style. I wanted to do a quick video. I know everyone doesn't always want to watch 20-minute videos, and some people are more concerned with design rather than actual application. I appreciate you guys for subscribing. I appreciate the 5,000 subscribers. That has been a goal of mine since last year, so I'm really appreciative to hit it. Yeah, honestly, I really hope you guys enjoy the videos. I have more content coming for you guys soon. I do have some time off this week, so hopefully the content that I do have recorded, or that I will record, I will be able to do videos pretty much daily this week. And do you have anything to say?
Because she's the greatest nail tech in the universe.
Thank you. You guys, he has been trying to say that for weeks and weeks and weeks, so I appreciate him for that. And of course, this is the final look. Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope this was useful. And I will be showing the application in another video. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.